The scalpel's cold bite into my chest was the last thing I felt before everything went black, my own mother's hand steady on the surgeon's arm, whispering, "Make it look like an accident." Betrayal tasted like copper and regret as Lily's face swam into view one final time. Her lips curled in that fake sweet smile, mouthing sorry, sis, while she pocketed the deed to my new home.
But death?
It was just a reset button I never asked for, slamming me back into my body 3 months earlier. Heart pounding in a hospital bed that suddenly felt like a goddamn lifeline. I gasped awake, the beeps of monitors slicing through the fog like emergency sirens. My wrists ached from the restraints they'd used after the accident, the one where my brakes failed on that rain-slicked Seattle highway, courtesy of a little sabotage from the sister who'd always played second fiddle, but craved the spotlight. The nurse rushed in, her face a blur of concern. "Aurora, you're okay."
Honey.
"Just a bad crash."
Crash. Yeah, right.
In my first life, that crash had left me comatose for weeks. Long enough for Mom to swoop in and turn my hard-earned housewarming into Lily's coronation ball. This time, I wasn't playing victim. The room smelled like antiseptic and stale coffee, the kind that seeps into your soul in a Pacific Northwest winter. Seattle's gray skies pressed against the window, mirroring the storm brewing in my gut. I flexed my fingers, feeling the phantom slice of that scalpel again.
No.
That wasn't a dream. It was the end I'd earned for being too trusting. Too busy building my tech startup from scratch, while Mom funneled every dime and dream into Lily's artistic pursuits. Lily, the golden child with her Instagram influencer glow and zero substance. In that other timeline, I'd woken from the coma to find my new condo, a sleek glass-walled haven in Capitol Hill I'd scraped together after years of coding marathons, transformed into her launch pad. Balloons in pastel pinks, her name on the cake, guests toasting to Lily's fresh start, while I lay forgotten in this very bed. Not this round. I ripped the 4 from my arm, ignoring the bloom of red on the sheets. "Get me my phone," I rasped to the nurse, who blinked like I'd grown a second head. She handed it over, and I scrolled through the calendar. December 2nd, 2025. 3 months before the party. 3 months to unravel the web they'd spun around me. Mom's texts flooded in, sympathy emojis, promises of chicken soup. Lily's? A single heart emoji, like she hadn't already started plotting how to steal my thunder. I discharged myself against medical advice, the docs muttering about concussions and liability. Fuck liability. I'd coded algorithms that predicted market crashes. Figuring out human betrayal was just another debug. Hailing a cab outside Swedish Medical, the rain pelted the windshield like accusations. My condo waited empty, a blank canvas of exposed brick and floor-to-ceiling views of the Puget Sound. I'd bought it with the seed money for my app, Echo Vault, a secure data locker for whistleblowers. Ironic now that my own secrets were the ones getting buried. The first order of business: inventory the lies. In my past life, Mom had confessed it all on her deathbed, 2 years after my suicide, the one she orchestrated to look self-inflicted after the housewarming fallout. Lily wasn't just the favored one, she was the arsonist who'd torched Dad's old firm back in 2018, covering up embezzlement that Dad had discovered. I'd taken the fall for it, 18-year-old me, fresh out of high school, forging docs to protect the family name because Mom begged, tears streaming. "You're the strong one,
Rory."
"Lily's too fragile." Fragile my ass. That fire killed 3 people, including Dad's partner, and I'd carried the guilt like a rucksack, building my life on sand.
Now,
I had the original files, hidden in Echo Vault under layers of encryption. Dad's emails. The transfer logs showing Lily's siphoning funds. Mom knew. Of course. She'd covered it with insurance payouts and a new life in Bellevue, all while gaslighting me into silence. The crash? Lily's doing. A gift to push me out before I could sell the condo and expose them.
The scalpel?
Mom's mercy kill when I woke up raging, threatening to go public. I poured a scotch, neat, the burn grounding me, and booted up my laptop. The city lights twinkled below like distant stars, mocking my isolation. Who to trust? My best friend Jax. The barista with hacker dreams who'd ghosted after the coma in round one? Or Elena, the lawyer I'd met at a tech mixer. Sharp as a switchblade but loyal only to billable hours? No one. This was solo mode. By dawn, I drafted the invites. Aurora's Housewarming, December 2nd. No plus ones. Secrets optional. I sent them to the inner circle, Mom, Lily, a dozen investors from Echo Vault's board. Let them squirm. Then I hit up a private investigator, one who'd owed me a favor from a beta test. Dig into Lily Hargrove. Everything. And make it quiet. The days blurred into a frenzy of prep. I furnished the place minimalist steel grays, abstract art that screamed, "I'm not broken," and installed cameras in every corner, feeding straight to my phone. Paranoia? Call it preparation. Mom called daily, her voice syrupy. Rory, baby,
Come home.
Lily's worried sick, worried about her inheritance. More like. I played along, feigning frailty, dropping hints about feeling off to lure them closer. Lily showed first, 2 weeks out, bearing artisanal cheeses and that vapid grin.
Sis.
This place is killer. We should do a joint thing, my launch party for that NFT collection. Her eyes darted to the views, calculating square footage. I smiled, handing her a mimosa spiked just enough to loosen tongues.
Sure. Lil.
But first, tell me about Dad's firm. You ever visit? She froze mid-sip, then laughed it off.
God.
Ancient history. Why dredge that up? But her pupils dilated. A tell I'd coded into my lie detector app. By the time she left, I'd slipped a tracker into her purse. Old school, but effective. Mom arrived next, arms laden with decor she'd picked out for you. Vases in Lily's signature blush. Throw pillows monogrammed with our initials, intertwined, like we were some Hallmark duo. It's perfect, she cooed, arranging them while I watched from the kitchen island, nursing coffee. Lily's been so inspired by your success. Maybe she could crash the party? Moral support. There it was, the first thread to pull. Crash? Like she crashed my life. I kept it light, but her flinch was electric. We chatted about nothing, weather, my recovery, until I steered to the fire. Found Dad's old files. Weird stuff about missing money. Mom's knuckles whitened on her cup. Water under the bridge.
Rory.
Let it go. Not this time. As the RSVPs trickled in, tension coiled like a spring. Jax texted back. Down. But what's with the vibe? You sound intense. Elena confirmed, her reply crisp, intrigued. Billing starts at arrival. The investor's bit, Echo Vault, was hot, and my miraculous recovery made for good PR spin. November crawled by in shadows. The PI's report landed like a grenade. Lily's NFTs? Funded by skimmed crypto from Dad's estate. She'd hooked up with a shady developer who'd done time for fraud. And Mom? She'd co-sign loans using my name while I was under. The betrayal stacked higher than the Space Needle, each layer laced with that deep American rot. Family over truth. Ambition over ethics. I debated going nuclear. Leak it all to the Seattle Times. Watch them burn from afar. But no, that was too clean. Revenge needed teeth. The kind that drew blood without a drop spilled. Controversial? Hell yes. I'd invite the widows from the fire. The ones who'd sued and lost because of my forged alibi. Let them toast to justice in my living room. The night before the party, doubt crept in. In the mirror, my reflection stared back. 32. Sharp cheekbones hollowed by sleepless nights. Green eyes like fractured emeralds. Was this me? Or the ghost of who I'd been? The woman who died forgiving? I poured another scotch, toasting to the aurora who wouldn't. December 2nd dawned crisp. Evergreens dusted with frost beyond my windows. Caterers swarmed, oysters on the half-shell. Craft cocktails with names like Second Chance. I slipped into a crimson sheath dress, the color of warning signs. Heels clicking like countdowns. Guests arrived in waves. Jax with his man bun and easy grin. Elena in power pearls. The investors in tailored wool. Mom and Lily swept in fashionably late. Arms linked. A tableau of maternal pride. Lily's dress was a knockoff of mine, subtle shade. Love what you've done, she gushed. Air-kissing cheeks. Mom hugged me tight, whispering, proud of you.
Kiddo. Lies.
All of it. The room filled, laughter echoing off glass. Jazz humming low. I circulated, playing host, dropping breadcrumbs, a quiet word to the PI about surprises, a nod to Elena on legal consultations. The widows arrived last, elegant in black, their eyes scanning like hawks. 1. Mrs. Keller, whose husband had burned in that inferno, squeezed my hand. Thank you for this.
Aurora.
Closure's a bitch. As champagne flowed, I felt the noose tightening. Lily cornered me by the bar. This is amazing.
But.
Crowded. Mom and I were thinking of making it yours? I cut in, voice velvet over steel. Her eyes widened.
What? No.
The toast came at 8 sharp. I climbed onto the coffee table, glass raised, the room falling silent. To new beginnings, I said, locking eyes with Mom. And digging up old graves. Murmurs rippled. I pulled out my phone, projecting to the smart screen, Dad's emails, Lily's transfers, the forged docs with my signature. Gasps punched the air. Lily's face drained to ash. Rory. What the fuck? Mom lunged forward, voice shrill. This is family business. Turn it off. But Elena was already on it. Phone to ear. Yes.
SSE.
Embezzlement. Fraud full audit. The investors shifted. Whispers turning to calls. Jax gaped, then nodded solid. The widows stepped up. Mrs. Keller's voice cutting through. You stole our lives for this? Lily backed away. Heels skittering. Mom clutching her like a shield. It was chaos beautiful. American chaos. Sirens wailed distant.
Closing in.
Lily screamed. You bitch. I did it for us. For us? The lie cracked open. Spilling the truth. She'd confessed to Mom years ago. And they'd pin it on me to keep the money flowing. I stepped down, close enough to whisper. Welcome to my party.
Sis.
The real one. As cops burst through the door, Tipped by my anonymous call, the room fractured. Mom sobbed. Lily spat venom. Guests fled like rats. But in the melee, twist of twists, Jax handed me a USB. Found this in your crash debris. Insurance cam footage shows Lily at your car that night, not just sabotage. She'd watched me swerve, smiled as I hit the guardrail. The final nail. Handcuffs clicked. Statements taken. Elena pulled me aside. You own them now. Echo Vault's valuation just tripled on the whistleblower angle. Outside. Rain slicked the streets again, but I breathed free. No scalpel this time. No blackout. Just me, Aurora Hargrove, architect of my own dawn. The aftermath hit like a hangover from hell, headlines screaming, tech heiress exposes family fraud at lavish bash, across the Seattle PI and King 5. My face pixelated but unmistakable. I holed up in the condo for days. Blinds drawn, living off takeout foe, and the satisfaction of justice served cold. Echo Vault servers hummed with new signups, whistleblowers crawling out of the woodwork. Drawn to the drama like moths to my flame. But sleep? That evaded me. Haunted by echoes of Lily's shrieks. Mom's pleas. You destroyed us. Rory. For what? For everything. The fire that scarred my soul at 18. The crash that stole my breath. The scalpel's whisper promising peace I'd never find.
Trùng sinh, Zebit.
They call it in those Vietnamese novels Mom used to read, but this wasn't some poetic loop.
It was raw.
Jagged American grit. Sue hard. Expose harder. Rebuild from the rubble. Cops grilled me first. Downtown in a fluorescent interrogation room that smelled like burnt coffee and regret. Detective Ruiz, a no-nonsense Latina with a mariner's lanyard, leaned in. You planned this. Hargrove, entrapment's a charge we don't take lightly. I met her gaze. Unflinching. Call it a family reunion. With receipts. The footage Jax dug up played on loop, Lily in that hoodie, wrench in hand, twisting the brake line under the sodium lights of my garage. No accident. Premeditated as a boardroom coup. Ruiz's partner, a burly guy named Hale, whistled low. Sisters got balls. But your mom's involvement? That's conspiracy territory.
Mom.
Evelyn Hargrove, queen of Bellevue Bake Sales and PDA Power Plays. She'd lawyered up fast. Some silver-tongued shark from Perkins Qua claiming diminished capacity due to grief over her husband's death. Grief? She'd buried that with Dad's ashes and a fat insurance check. I didn't attend her arraignment. Too raw, but Elena live-streamed it. Mom's Botox-frozen face crumpling as the judge denied bail. Lily? She flipped like a bad investment, cutting a deal for reduced time in exchange for spilling on Mom's enablers. Turns out, the NFT scam ran deeper, ties to dark web wallets. Russian oligarchs laundering through her art. The feds swooped in, turning our family saga into a true crime podcast goldmine. Betrayed by Blood, the Aurora Hargrove tapes, they called the first episode. I tuned out, focusing on code. Echo Vault needed hardening, quantum encryption, AI lie detectors woven in. My near-death had birthed a beast. Jax crashed on my couch that first week, his laptop a constellation of tabs on blockchain forensics. You're a legend?
Row. But.
You good? His eyes searched mine. Brown and earnest, the kind that saw through firewalls. Good?
I'm alive.
I clinked my beer to his. That's the win. He lingered. Our talks stretching into dawn, quantum physics tangents, His crush on a barista named Theo. My buried rage at how I'd let them erode me. In the old timeline, Jax had bailed after the coma. Scared off by Mom's smear campaign, Aurora's unstable. Poor thing. This time, he stayed. A anchor in the storm. Elena, ever the opportunist, pitched a book deal over Zoom. Ghostrin? Of course. 6 figures, plus film rights. Think Gone Girl meets The Social Network. I laughed. A bark that echoed hollow.
Pass.
I'd rather code than confess. But the controversy brewed. Online, I was villain and victor, Aurora Avenger trending on X. With threads dissecting every frame of the party vid, someone had leaked it. The sneaky fuck. Feminists hailed my takedown of toxic matriarchy, and Kels called me a backstabbing thought. A viral TikTok recreated the toast with Barbie dolls, Lily as the villain twirling a mustache. I scrolled it all, numb, until a DM from an unknown. Near Dad. He suspected Lily. Here's proof. Attached, a scanned letter. Dad's scrawl warning of the rot in our house. Dated a week before the fire. My throat tightened. Proof I'd buried deeper than they ever could. Winter deepened. Seattle's fog a metaphor for the haze in my head. I visited Lily in county lockup, chain link and buzzers separating us. She looked small and orange. Hair limp. That influencer sheen stripped bare. Why, Rory? We could have shared. Shared? You torch lives for a trust fund. I slid the letter under the glass. Her eyes flicked to it. Then away. I was scared. Mom pushed, said Dad was cutting us out. A twist in my gut. Mom the puppeteer. Always. And the crash. Tears welled. Genuine this time. I didn't mean.
Just to scare you.
Delay the sale.
God.
Rory. Forgive me. Forgiveness? The word soured. In Rebirth's cruel joke, I saw her not as monster, but mirror, the fragile girl I'd protected once.
But no.
Earn it inside. I'll be out here, living. Mom's trial loomed in January. A circus of suits and spectators. I testified. Voice steady. The forgeries. The cover-ups. The scalpel shadow, framed as euthanasia whispers to skirt hearsay. The courtroom smelled of polished oak and desperation. Mom's eyes boring into me like lasers. Monster, she mouthed. Hale texted mid-recess. She's crumbling. Your call on the plea. I took the stand again. Dropping the bomb. Dad's letter. Authenticated overnight. Gasps rippled. The DA's eyes lit like Christmas. Mom's lawyer objected. Prejudicial. But the judge let it ride. Verdict. Guilty on all counts. 20 to life. No parole. As they led her away, she spat. You'll burn alone. Aurora. Prophetic? Maybe. But I had Jax. Elena's Rolodex. Echo Vault's rocket trajectory. The widows settled out of court. Echo Vault donated a wing to a burn victim fund in their husbands' names. Closure.
Bittersweet.
Spring thawed the city. Cherry blossoms dusting Queen and Hill. I dated, casually, a climber named Nate from a REI meetup. His laugh-a-bomb. But nights. The rebirth nod. Why me? Why back? Was it chance? Or cosmic fuck you? One evening. Coding till my eyes blurred. Jax knocked with tie and a proposition. Partner up? Echo Vault needs a face, yours. But with heart. I eyed him. The man who'd stuck. Equity split? 50-50. and dates with Theo. If you wingman. Deal sealed over pad CW. But as we brainstormed, my phone buzzed, an alert from the vault. Unauthorized access attempt. Tracing it, Lily's cellmate. Some hacker bitch she'd charmed. The rot lingered. I fortified, but sleep came easier. Rebirth wasn't erasure, it was evolution. I died wronged, but rose vengeful. American to the core, innovate or perish. Yet the real twist waited in summer. Under relentless sun. A letter from Mom. Contraband via a guard. I did it to save you.
Rory.
The fire? Lily's idea. But I covered because you begged. Remember? Bullshit. Or was it? Flashback hit. 18. Smoke acrid. Me shoving docs into flames. Protect her.
Mom. She's all we have.
Guilt twisted anew. Had I birthed the beast? No time for what-ifs. EchoVault launched version 2.0, rebirth proof. They joked. Investors poured in. Valuations soaring past 9 figures. Jax and I toasted on the balcony. Sound glittering below. To second chances. But as fireworks cracked for the 4th, my phone lit, Elena. Congrats.
And
Prenatal DNA test? Mom's pushing it from prison. Claims you're not dad's. The world tilted. Twist upon twist, blood not thicker, but thinner than water. Rebirth's final joke. The family I'd avenged wasn't mine at all. I laughed into the night. Free at last.
or was I?
The DNA bomb detonated midsummer. Elena's email a sterile gut punch. Results confidential. But Mom's petitioning for a retrial on new evidence. Paternity fraud. Your call on countersuit. I stared at the attachment. A helix of code spelling out stranger than fiction. 99.7% match to some ghost from Mom's past. A venture capitalist, Dad, had crushed in the 90s. Not Hargrove blood. Not the legacy I'd bled for. Rage boiled first, hot. Volcanic. The kind that makes you smash heirlooms you never owned. I paced the condo. Heels gouging hardwood. Jax's texts pinging unanswered. Ro? You ghosting the demo? EchoVault's big reveal loomed. A TED-style talk at Seattle Center. But my mind looped on Mom's scrawl. Save you from his sins. Sins? The embezzlement Dad uncovered wasn't Lily's alone. It was Mom's affair partner's scheme. Dad collateral in her cover. Rebirth's gift soured. I died for illusions. Avenged phantoms. Controversial decision loomed. Go public. Torch the last bridge. Or bury it deeper. Let EchoVault shine untainted. America loves a redemption arc.
But mine?
It'd be muddied. Tabloid fodder. Eris's empire built on bastard lies. I drove to Alki Beach at dawn. Waves crashing like indictments. Salt air whipped my hair. Joggers blurred past. Oblivious. Dialed the PI old habits. Run a deep dive on Evelyn Hargrove. Pre-dad. Discreet. Report landed by noon. Mom's wild years. A runaway from Spokane. Hooked on a tech bro named Victor Lang. Who Dad bankrupted in a hostile takeover. Victor vanished, suicide. They said, but Mom carried his seed.
Me.
She'd married Dad for stability. Spun the yarn of perfect family. The fire? Victor's revenge plot. Lily the pawn. Me the shield because I looked like him, green eyes. That killer jaw.
Fuck.
I'd coated my cage. Back home. Jax waited. Takeout cooling.
Spill.
His calm cracked my dam. Words tumbled. The letter. The test. the tangled roots. He listened. No judgment. Then, doesn't change shit. You're Aurora Vault Queen. Avenger. Blood's just biology. His hand on mine sparked something real. Not rebound. We talked till dusk. Plotting. Leak selectively. Frame it as empowerment. Own the narrative, he said. Like Bezos with his space dick pics. Bold as hell. The TED Talk became ground zero. Spotlight hot. Crowd a sea of suits and curiosities. Widows in front row. Elena smirking side stage. I gripped the podium. Voice amplified. Echo Vault isn't just code. It's rebirth. I died, metaphorically, betrayed by those I trusted. Crashed.
Comatose.
Woke to find my world rewritten. Murmurs swelled. I clicked, family photos. Redacted, Lily's mugshot blurred. Mom's plea docs.
Fraud. Fire.
A heritage of hurt. Then the pivot, and a secret. I'm not who I thought. Paternity twist. Courtesy of prison mail. But here's the truth. Family isn't DNA. It's choice. Applause thundered. Viral before intermission. Rory Bourne trended. Podcasts begging interviews. Controversial? X lit up. Debates on cancel culture versus family loyalty. Shrinks opining on trauma loops. One troll DM'd. Fake sob story for clicks.
Blocked.
Another. From Victor's niece. Auntie always said you were his. Call me.
I did.
Over Zoom. A woman named Carla. Soft-spoken in Reno. Victor didn't suicide. Your mom. Pushed him out. After you. Chills. The scalpel echoed Mom's pattern. Erasing threats. Carla sent relics. Victor's patents. Precursors to Echo Vault's core. Legacy. Reclaimed. Fall foliage turned fiery as trials wrapped. Lily's sentencing. 10 years. Reduced for testimony. She wrote, hate you,
but
thanks for the out. Mom's appeal tanked. She rotted in Purdy. Appeals exhausted. I visited once. Glass between. Her face gaunt. Knew you'd break me. You broke first. No forgiveness. Just closure. Echo Vault exploded. Partnerships with ACLU. Deals with big tech whistle lines. Valuation hit unicorn status. Forbes dubbed me the reborn oracle. Jax and I made it official. Partners in code and crib. Theo officiated a backyard unwedding. Beers and bad karaoke. But tension simmered. Carla visited. Bringing Victor's ashes, scattered off alky. Waves claiming kin.
He'd be proud, she said.
Proud of the daughter who'd unearthed his grave? Holiday lights twinkled as 2026 dawned. A board meeting turned ugly. Investor pushback on my personal drama, tainting the brand. Keep it professional. Aurora, the lead growled. A silver fox named Harlan who'd funded Dad's downfall. Professional? I leaned in. Or what? Pull funding. Harlan smirked. Or we do. Bluff called. I invoked the bylaws, my majority stake. Hard-won post-revenge.
Out.
He stormed, but not before I whispered. Tell Mom hi. Echo Vault shed dead weight. Soared higher. Jax proposed over dim sum. Ring from a 3D printer, Silicon Promise. Second chance. Infinite loops. Wedding small beach. Barefoot. Widows as bridesmaids. Vows. I choose you. Every timeline. Honeymoon in Big Sur. Cliffs dropping to Pacific roar. Sex salty. Urgent. Talks deep. On kids. Codes. The what-ifs. Think we'll loop again, he murmured, fingers tracing my scar. If we do, I'll find you. Back in Seattle. Peace fractured. Anonymous tip to Elena, mom's smuggling ring in prison. Funneling Echo Vault beta access to rivals. The rot. Eternal. Decision time. Controversial as sin. Leak it or infiltrate. Turn state's evidence for her last year's free? I chose the blade. Expose. But offer a deal. Feds raided. Mom flipped on guards. Reduced sentence. House arrest. Monitored. Her call. Truce?
No.
But survival. Twist shadow. In her files. A letter from Victor, to me. Unborn. Build worlds. Not walls. I did. 2027 unfurled like a glitchy sim. Echo Vault omnipresent. My face on billboards hawking, secure your story. Motherhood hit concurrent. Bumps swelling under boardroom blazers. Jack's fretting over ultrasounds like bug reports. Healthy heartbeat. The tech beamed.
Healthy.
Unlike the legacy I'd inherited. Twisted code. Begging refactor. Mom's house arrest chained her to a Bellevue bungalow. Ankle monitor beeping like a faulty app. Visits were mandatory. Court-ordered reconciliation therapy. Therapist neutral. A shrink named Patel with wire rims and zero bullshit. Boundaries. Aurora. Forgiveness isn't erasure. First session. Mom and pearls and defeat. Cood. Grandbaby? I'll knit. I snorted.
Pass.
Allergies. We circled drains, fire apologies half-baked. Crash regrets road. But under it, cracks. Her tales of Victor. Tender where dads were ash. He saw galaxies in you.
I
feared you'd eclipse us. Eclipse? I dimmed for them. Therapy dragged, but unearthed gold. My strength. Not spite. The rebirth's true gift. Lily paroled early. Good behavior. Snitching points. Re-entry awkward. Coffee at a neutral Pike Place stall. Fog rolling off the sound. She looked older. Tattoos peeking prison ink. Mandalas masking scars. Clean now. Art therapy. NFTs?
dead to me.
I nodded. Guarded. Job at Echo Vault? Entry level. Probation. Her eyes lit gratitude. Wary.
Why? Choice.
Like family. She started in QA. Spotting bugs with insider zeal. Jack's vetted. Sharp. Loyal. Maybe. Maybe. Trust rebuilt bite by bite. Baby arrived screaming girl. Green-eyed like Victor.
Named Nova.
Holding her. Hospital lights haloed. I wept. Not for loss. But layers peeled. Rebirth complete. Controversy crested at Echo Vault's IPO. Bell rung on NASDAQ. Confetti capitalist snow. Protesters outside. Data for the people. Ironic. Given my vault's ethos.
Inside.
Harlan lurked. Investor ghost. Whispering to press. Hargrove's a fraud. Stole her old man's thunder. Old man? Victor's. I faced the scrum postering. Thunder? I built the storm. Paternity? Public record. Deal with it. Headline spun. Reborn CEO owns her origins. Stock soared 20%. Controversial win. But high tide recedes. Nova's colic nights. Jax's startup side hustle. Lily's slip, a pilfered keycard. Traced to a rival peak. Interrogation in my office. Her tears real. Old habits. Scared of failing you. Firing or grace? I chose hybrid. Demotion. Counseling. Fail up.
Lil.
Or don't. Mom babysat first time. Tentative. Nova on her lap. Stories of Victor's stars. She has his fire.
Ours now.
Climax brewed autumnal. Carla's death. Cancer.
Swift.
Bequest. Victor's cabin in the Cascades. Deeds and diaries. Weekend getaway. Family convoy. Jack's driving. Lily's shotgun. Mom and back with Nova's carrier. Cabin rustic. Pine scented. Lake Maricom. Diaries gutted. Victor's love for mom. Rage at dad's sabotage. The push, not murder. But ultimatum driving him to edge.
Suicide.
Confirmed. My origin. Accident of passion. Not plot. Bonfire that night. Pages curling to ash. Lily spoke. I started the fire. Victor's contact. Revenge gig. Mom knew.
Covered. You.
Took blame to protect. Full circle. I tossed the last. Protected ghosts.
Now.
We live. Mom broke. Forgive. Working on it. Return road. Rain lashed. Brakes squealing. Sabotage echo. No, dear. Swerve. Heart stop. Safe. Twist final. In Victor's lockbox. Will. Leaving patents to my Aurora. Dated pre-death. Legal war. Mom contested. Lily mediated. Settlement. Shared custody of legacy. Echo vault enriched. Karma's loop closed. 2028. Nova toddling. Lily anti-fierce. Mom grand subdued. Jax and I hiked Rainier. Peaks piercing clouds. Rebirth? Not end, but edit. I died betrayed. Rose vengeful, found grace in the grind. American dream. Debugged, flawed. Fierce. Forward. No more hospitals. Just horizons.